Adventure time! Come and grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands with Ray the Card and Kevin the Temp. The fun will never end. It's adventure time! And we are back to game number 2. Alright. I dropped the brick. And we're going first. Which is hilarious, right? There's not much we can really do. We just ride or miss here, right? See, we bait out any maxi ashes, and so we're gonna make a token. We're gonna do this normal, good old combo. Fortunately, we can't normal summon anything, right? So we don't get the free. We ditch that. Special summon Griffin. So we have at least a negate. That's gonna get us Draco back. Now you can say this is probably a misplay. Why didn't you activate that, you idiot? Chose not to because I'm dumb. I think at this time it was late in the night, right? So I was like, oh well, feels bad. All right. So, but you'll see. It kind of saves us in the end. You'll see why. Everything's done on purpose. So we're playing against PK, which is probably the best version of Adventure you can probably play. They're going to go popping off. Going to make Cherubini. Don't pop that yet. Don't negate that yet. So they're going to do that. Sure. They're going to add Fogblade. Foggy Bladey. Going to do another Torrent Scale. Sure. Make Rusty Bardiche. That's a choke point. It's one of the choke points. So we're going to negate that. See what they got. They have to cross out. So they're also playing Adventure, of course. So that means they don't have Griffin. Whatever, that's bad. So we got to kill our DPE for that. Otherwise, they're going to get so much advantage. At least we don't have the body on board, right? So negate that. At least it doesn't get destroyed, so we still have a body. You're gonna make set Fogblade and send that for your advantage. You're gonna Fogblade effect. You resummon it. Rusty Bardiche. And they have Fusion Destiny. That's great. So we gotta deal with DPE. Cool. You're gonna attack. And then they're gonna pop a Griffin. And attack us directly for 21. Oof. No bueno. Right. Because I think this is a destroyed by battle like once per turn. So if this gets destroyed, then we have no way of non-destruction getting a remove of the DPE. So in the end, that was 200 IQ. Everything's done on purpose, gang. Everything's done on purpose. We draw that. That's pretty good. However, we can't activate it yet because we have DPE in our field. Their DPE is going to summon. We know one of them's Fogblade, mystery cards. We're going to activate that. We're going to send the Water Enchantress, so that means we can banish it and get out at least the Rata Remus here for a free token. Hopefully. We're going to activate it. The chain cross out. So that sucks. Feels bad, right? You only do what you got, right? So another possible decision making, right? I could have probably destroyed this, but remember they have Fogblade. If I do that, they're just going to chain Fogblade, negate it, right? So there's no reason for me to preemptively do that. Yeah, so I think that was the best play given the circumstances. Because we know they have Fogblade. So we need to trigger Fogblade somehow. So there's one Fogblade. Now it's time to trigger. Right? And they had the second one. They had the second one. I think they searched one of them. They set one, and the other one, I think they searched or drew. I don't know. I don't remember. So I guess negative, can't attack. Feels bad. Main phase 2. All right. Here's some 200 IQ play, right? I'm like, you know what? If I can't get past this, I'm going to die. Why? They have a full graveyard, right? They have a full graveyard. Now, granted, they also have, 2 Fogblades, basically. If I keep that on field, so long as that's on field, they won't be able to, recycle their Phantom Knights monsters by special summoning them, right? But at the same time, remember, they haven't used their DPE pop yet. So, odds are they'll probably pop my DPE. These two are going to go grave anyways. And then, I just neg for no reason. So, 200 IQ time, right? You know what? I say screw it. We're going to go for it. You know why? Because we have Celestial and Dasher in the graveyard. We got non-targeting pop. If I could somehow get a token on field, we can get rid of this boy. Because obviously, he's going to chain whenever there's like a choke point or something, right? And then he'll have no cards. Hopefully we'll be fine. And then, go from there. So I decided to do it. YOLO. Take that, risk it for the biscuit. Crystal Hawk of Fibrax. We're gonna go for it. He's not doing anything yet. Let me just overextend. We're gonna Celestial Dasher. Hope we get lucky. We do get lucky. We literally drew possibly the best card we can possibly get. So, go for Sling. That's probably the choke point. He'll chain Destroyer. It's like this idiot. What is he doing? Chain Droplet, of course. And now more decisions, right? So what do you send? What do you send? You send this? Well, I mean, we could probably just send only one, right? And at this point, Fearful Adventure is not going to give us any favors because we already used Griffin in Graveyard. You know what I mean? And we already used the Arimisir. I mean, the Witch. So, we're going to gate DPE. Right? We're going to make good old access code. Right? Access code. Say bye-bye to this. At least. And then we're going to chain that. So we can spin back DPE. DPE effect. Say bye-bye. Destroy. Right? Now this is the only sad part, right? Given the circumstances, man, I wish we were able to search Shark Cannon so we can banish and they don't get Celestial. But at the same time, they have a full grave. They have like two of these, right? Fog Blade, and that's not use this effect, blah blah. Blah 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 blah. I think it is once per turn, JK. So this once per turn is going to get a free special summon, I mean, and then to draw one card, right? So whatever it may be. So, and again, I think if they draw correctly, they can probably kill us. So we're gonna add Widow Anchor. Why? Because odds are they're probably gonna make Utopic Future, whatever. At least we'll get that negate out of the way, or whatever, right? If we make Engage, that's also another option. But at least we want to go get that, and maybe leave our engages for later. So you know, at this point, I just hope, hope. And plus, we don't have Ray Engrave, which sucks. So we're gonna banish. You're gonna add Silent Boots. Silent Boots, special summon. That's going to trigger. They discard Call By. Don't even need it. Well, they're going to go for the kill. You know, Praniflant very iconic. At this point, I'm like, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Well, they're just sending stuff to grave. That's becoming dark so they can get the Celestial and double draw. And they drew into Rider Emissary. So they get a free, not a free spin, but they get a free token. Water Enchantress, sure. They haven't normal summoned yet either. They don't need to drop it. I'm going to summon that for free. Isn't that fun? There's Draco back. Yep, spin, goodbye. Whatever that may be. That was completely a buff. You can make that. Phantom Knights. Pop probably Axe Code or this. It doesn't matter. I guess pop. Gonna special summon itself to make a rank 4. Yep, keep popping off. And I make Borosaur, and at that point it's game. GG, gang. I tried. Tried so hard, right? Tried so hard. We tried, given the circumstances. We drew the Dasher, we drew everything, and they basically kind of opened pretty well, I think, comparatively to what we had. But anyways, on to the next one. Hello. This is the third of the match, and we are going second. We drew no hand traps because we lost that roll. So they're going to do adventure shenanigans. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. Surprisingly, they did that first. Well, JK, because they drew the brick, technically. So then they're going to be able to add Draco back for free. They're going to do Tenyi. Oh, okay, so it's Tenyi. Cool. Special summon. Special summon. And they're basically going to pop off. Might as well just fast forward, right? Hope everyone's having fun. Amazing day. Yeah? Shall I play some guitar? I mean, not guitar. Tiny guitar? Oh, we play? Yugioh is a very fair game that has a lot of intricacies. Surprisingly, I didn't draw the Dasher this game, but if you saw my stream, I drew it literally ever at the time. It's crazy how much this game doesn't like me, because I think I'm a skystriker simp. You're gonna go jazzy and combo off. In real life, it took like 20 minutes. Judge for time. Nothing much to say except we gotta deal with negate. Okay, and finally we can play. Alright, so we gotta deal with one negate, one effect, one, I guess, transform into a tuner monster, and maybe a blackout and or, you know, imperm, a Forbidden Droplet, potentially handies too, because if we remember what they have in their hand, it looks like they don't have Griffin. Well, it doesn't matter because they can't summon Griffin anyways. But potentially handies in their hand. All right, so we got to draw a card first. You call by, that's pretty good. Because if we get Max Seed, that's going to be big boy bad news. All right, so what do you do? What do you do? Of course, you Prosperity first. And these are the 3 cards I usually always banish. Well, you banish Link Spider because you're going to banish the Verde Anaconda. Because you don't need that because we got Fusion Destiny in our hand. And Nightmare Unicorn is probably the least summon monster I do. Right? So we're going to banish those 3. We drew Afterburners, Ray, and Imperm. Alright, so what do you do? Well, I added the Afterburners. Why? Because we can send a lot of spells in gray set up for a bunch of things. Maybe like Engage or Widow Anchor sometime down the line, right? So we can do that. We're going to immediately activate it on the Baron. You're going to chain. Like, what? Right? Probably wondering, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Because remember, I know we'll get rid of the negate, but then we're still going to have a body on board. And in this moment, I don't think we have enough or something big enough besides Fusion, Destiny to get rid of that. And I might as well, go negate both of these at least. This can summon whatever, and I'd be fine with that. So we're going to discard those 2. Remember, since we activated, it still counts. I discarded Hornet Drone because we have Ray. We might need this for Maxi just in case. You're going to chain Halco Fibrax. We're going to get Banner so we can summon a tuner. For free. So we're going to go Denglong. I think that's banned in TCG land. So I haven't seen that in a while. So we're going to banish gate those 2. That's fine. Get rid of that. And we get to destroy a back row. Why? Because remember, since it resolves last, these 2 are technically going to go in grave first, right? So this is going to be technically the 4th card on the field, and by when it gets to graveyard, you already have the other spells. You know what I mean? So you get a bonus pop. And you're probably wondering, why didn't you pop this? Because I don't want to deal with Blackout, which it was, so. You're going to add the trap. Sure. We're going to do Ray. Enter battle. Thankfully, this is under 1,000. We're going to tag it out. Attack directly for 750. Because remember, Pot is Prosperity. POP halves your attack. We're going to send and gag. We're going to be greedy because we have the call by to protect us from Ash. And it looks like they did Maxi, so they don't have Maxi. So if they Valorous, that's fine. We have this. So we activate and gag. We're gonna search for multi. I know. Pot of Prosperity you can't draw more cards, but if we're not able to set up, they're gonna be able to bop us because we have this is. I mean, it's banned for a reason. This card is banned for a reason because it basically sends any worm, and now a lot of worm monsters are pretty good, and also if it's able to go, it just leaves the field, so it can summon basically any Yang Zing from their deck. That's pretty good. It's kind of like Ib, Ib the World Chalice Justicia or whatever it's called. That's pretty good. So we have to multi-roll Shizuku Shuffle, right? Otherwise, we just don't stand a ghost of a chance. So Mr. DPE is going to come out. Luckily, we didn't draw the the brick for the first time. So chain DPE, destroy the Faithful Adventure, so they can't search right of a Remisier, do Water Enchantress, set the call by just for whatever it may be. And we search for Widow Anchor because we have Engaged in Graveyard. And also Shizuku Shuffle, like I said. So we at least have interactions. The more interactions, the better. And besides, if we're able to activate it, we can get engaged on the, set engage and all that fun stuff too. So DPE is going to come out. Mr. DPE. You're going to chain that, sure. You're going to send that. That can activate. They're going to have Dark Hole. You couldn't believe my face when I was like, oh my gosh, Dark Hole. Are you serious? Alright, so that happens. That chains, all these chains. I put this as chain link 2, just in case I somehow ran Gamma. And at least we have a Ray on board, right? I'd rather have Ray on board than like a DPE that does nothing potentially. So then they can probably OTK us. Right? Yeah. Summon Ray. And this is a very interesting thing, right? If this face card leaves the field and tries to summon one Yang Zing monster, I'm assuming they're out. Unless they're dumb and they only play like a couple Yang Zing, right? No, I don't even think they play Yang Zing, so I was like, oh, that's weird. Unless one of you guys in the comments can be a judge and correct me, because this thing left the field, didn't it? Yeah, this card, face-up card leaves the field, you can special summon Yang Zing monster from your deck. I don't know why it did not do that. Because I guess technically it wasn't... the only thing I can think of, which probably isn't true, is that since it was summoned through, oh, it is treated as synchro summon, so it should be fine. I don't know why they didn't get a free one. Maybe it's a glitch. If it is, leave a comment down below. I'll pin it. I have no idea why. We chain it hard because there's in graveyard, so they got special summon. So we know it's not handies. We know probably a bunch of Tenyis maybe. So they had Ride Miss here because they're great. But they did burn the Griffin, right? No, did not. I'm done. Well, yeah, they did burn the Griffin. That's going to go to graveyard. Or it gets vanished instead, so that sucks. Feels bad. Ox Rose Dragon and pop off. Remember. But we have Ray we can play. We can stop one OTK, hopefully. You're going to Shooting Riser Dragon. It's a weird card. Haven't seen that in a while. You're going to send Token Collector. So you enter battle. You're going to attempt to attack. Now here's another possible misplay, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know if you know how to do math, but 700, he takes away 21 minus 700, that's 14. That's barely enough for Shizuku to go over, right? But I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I have a feeling we're probably going to need Shizuku later on, so we can maybe wait for the, the Shark Cannon banish if we need to do that. So I decided, you know what? I'll waste Yellow Ray for now. I will go from there. But I could have gone into Blue Ray. I was like, oh, I miscounted, right? Quick maths. Alright, so draw phase, anything? Good? Cool. DP is going to come out. I'm going to immediately... Okay, so what do you do, right? What do you pop? They have a level 6, right? They can make potentially level 6. So here's some stuff, right? This is why Striker is hard, because you actually kind of low-key have to know about matchup knowledge, right? So immediately I'm thinking off the top of my head, you know what? I don't think this Swordsoul deck, whatever adventure, is playing a level 6 synchro. I can't think of any off the top of my head, aside from I think Stardust Charge Warrior, which is a level 6, and the other one I always think about is Brio, right? But I think Zoomers these days and the kids don't know what that is. So off the top of my head, the only level 6 I can think of is good old Stardust Charge Warrior, which I think is a level 6, right? Let me make sure. Stardust Charge Warrior, I think is a level 6, right? Yes, it is a level 6. Yes, it is a level 6, Gavin. Why are you being so dumb? Trust yourself. So I'm like, you know what? I want to pop this thing, whatever it may be. Plus, I think they're both tuners, which also helps, right? So I went through a long diatribe for no reason, but since they're both tuners. So we're going to banish that. Hope we get lucky. We drew Ogre. It's pretty good. Yatters. Enter battle. Well, it's kind of useless now with the Fateful Adventure being gone. So we're going to send Rose, just in case you do extra monster shenanigans. You're going to add Rogue's Dragon to hand. We have no idea what that is. That's probably the Yang Zing Pillar card. Now we can make Shizuku and phase, and now we oppress them significantly. So, everything has a reason, right? We're going to Shizuku Shuffle again. See, we did that. We weren't able to Shizuku Shuffle. We steal whatever monster they'll make. It's all part of the plan, right? Looks like misplays, but I'm thinking 200 IQs plays only. Alright, here we go. You're going to do Adhara again. Sure, we're going to chain immediately to get rid of it, because it needs to control a non-effect monster. You're going to Vishuddha? Sure. At this point, we'll just steal it, so they can't make the monk and then, flip our cards. Just going to pass turn. We have no idea what that is. I set this just in case. But it's probably not going to matter at this point. And we drew Shark Cannon. So DP is going to come out again. And you know what? Just enter battle. Keep it simple. You don't need to do anything stupid. Right? I mean, obviously it's probably the trap, but at the same time, I like, oh, maybe they're like 200 Q and it was actually this. Right? But it wasn't. It was the trap. Sometimes you got to trust your instincts, right? Like, no joke. Sometimes when I play, I don't think anymore. Like, it's just like instinct. Like, oh, I feel like this is the right move. And I'll say 90% is the right move. And look, we won. Yay. Yes. Thank you guys for watching. As always, smash that like button. Leave a comment. Roast me of my plays. Consensually, of course. And your number one Skystriker simp, Kevin. Signing out. Bye-bye. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and support me, please.